Keep Calm and Carry On was a motivational poster produced by the British government in 1939 in preparation for the Second World War. The poster was intended to raise the morale of the British public in the aftermath of widely predicted mass air attacks on major cities. Although 2.45 million copies were printed, and although the Blitz happened, the poster was never publicly displayed and was little known about until a copy was rediscovered in 2000. It has since been reissued by a number of private companies, and has been used as the decorative theme for a range of products. It was thought that only 2 original copies survived until a collection of 20 was brought into the Antiques Roadshow in 2012 by the daughter of an ex-Royal Observer Corps member. History, design and production. The Keep Calm and Carry On poster was designed by the Ministry of Information during the period June 6–27 July 1939. It was produced as part of a series of 3 home publicity posters. Each poster showed the slogan under a representation of a Tudor crown. They were intended to be distributed in order to strengthen morale in the event of a wartime disaster, such as mass bombing of major cities using high explosives and poison gas, which was widely expected within hours of an outbreak of war. A career civil servant named A.P. Waterfield came up with "Your courage" as a rallying war cry that will bring out the best in every one of us and put us in an offensive mood at once. Detailed planning for the posters had started in April 1939 and the eventual designs were prepared after meetings between officials from the Ministry of Information and HM Treasury on June 26, 1939 and between officials from the Ministry of Information and HMSO on June 27, 1939. Roughs of the poster were completed on July 6, 1939 and the final designs were agreed by the Home Secretary Samuel Hoare, 1st Viscount Templewood on August 4, 1939. Printing began on August 23, 1939, the day that Nazi Germany and the USSR signed the Milosevic-Ribbentrop Pact, and the posters were ready to be placed up within 24 hours of the outbreak of war. Almost 2,500,000 copies of Keep Calm and Carry On were printed between August 23, 1939 and September 3, 1939 but the poster was not sanctioned for immediate public display. It was instead decided that copies of the poster should remain in a Euro cold storage Euro unregistered trademark for use after serious air raids. Copies of Keep Calm and Carry On were retained until April 1940 but stocks were then pulped as part of the wider paper's salvage campaign. The remainder of the Ministry of Information publicity campaign was cancelled in October 1939 following criticism of its cost and impact. Many people claimed not to have seen the posters, while those who did see them regarded them as patronizing and divisive. Design historian Susanna Walker regards the campaign as a resounding failure, and reflective of a misjudgment by upper-class civil servants of the mood of the people. Later developments. Later in the war, a leaflet was distributed with a message from Prime Minister Winston Churchill headed "Beating the Invader." It begins "If invasion comes," and goes on to exhort the populace to stand firm, and carry on. The 2 phrases do not appear in one sentence, but are picked out in an emphatic font. The text identifies them as the 2 great order, S, and dot, ES, to and for the people, should invasion come. The leaflet then lists a number of practical measures to be taken. Rediscovery and commercialization. In 2000, Stuart Manley, co-owner with his wife Mary of Barter Books Limited in Alnwick, Northumberland, was sorting through a box of used books bought at auction when he uncovered one of the original Keep Calm and Carry On posters. The couple framed it and hung it up by the cash register. And it attracted so much interest that Manley began to produce and sell copies. Other companies followed suit, and the design rapidly began to be used as the theme for a wide range of products. Mary Manley later commented, "I didn't want it trivialized. But of course now it's been trivialized beyond belief." In early 2012, Barter Books debuted an informational short, The Story of Keep Calm and Carry On, providing visual insight into the modernization and commercialization of the design and the phrase. Susanna Walker comments that the poster is now seen not only as a distillation of a crucial moment in Britishness, but also as an inspiring message from the past to the present in a time of crisis. She goes on to point out, however, that such an interpretation overlooks the circumstances of its production, and the relative failure of the campaign of which it formed a part. Trademark claims. In August 2011, it was reported a UK-based company called Keep Calm and Carry On Limited had registered the slogan as a community trademark in the EU, after failing to obtain registration of the slogan as a trademark in the United Kingdom. They issued a takedown request against a seller of Keep Calm and Carry On products. Questions have been raised as to whether the registration could be challenged, as the slogan had been widely used before registration and is not recognizable as indicating trade origin. An application has been submitted by British intellectual property advisor and UK trademarking service Trademark Direct, to cancel the registration on the grounds that the words are too widely used for one person to own the exclusive rights, but the request for cancellation was rejected and the trademark is still protected in all EU countries. The company is now trying to register the slogan as its trademark in both the United States and Canada. Contemporary usage. As the popularity of the poster in various media has grown, innumerable parodies, imitations and co-optations have also appeared, making it a notable meme. Messages range from the cute to the overtly political, typically with references to other aspects of popular culture ranging from the royal wedding of Kate Middleton and Prince William to the Mario video games. Examples have included Now Panic and Freak Out, Get Excited and Make Things, Keep Calm and Have a Cupcake, Donia Euro Unregistered Trademark Tea Panic and Fake a British Accent, Keep Calm and Hate Apple, Keep Calm and Hate Microsoft, Keep Calm and Switch to Linux, and Keep Spending and Carry On Shopping. In March April 2012 the British pop-rock band McFly undertook a theatre tour entitled the Keep Calm and Play Louder Tour, promoted with a poster closely based on that of 1939. In late 2012 and early 2013, the Save Lewisham Hospital campaign made widespread use of a poster with the slogan Don't Keep Calm Get Angry and Save Lewisham A&E. Calgary Mayor Naheed Nenchi's efforts to encourage and motivate his citizens in the wake of the 2013 Alberta floods have made his name the subject of parody Keep Calm and Nenchi on fundraising t-shirts. See also, British propaganda during World War II, Don't Panic, We Can Do It. An American World War II poster that was also rediscovered years later. References. Further reading, Clampin, David. To guide, help and hearten millions. The Place of Commercial Advertising in Wartime Britain, 1939 1945. Journal of Macro Marketing 29, 58 €73 doi, 10.1177/0276146708328054. Inkster, Nigel. Nicol, Alexander. Keep Calm and Carry On. Survival, Global Politics and Strategy 52, 249 €256 doi, 10.1080/0039633100376477. Lewis, Bex. The Renaissance of Keep Calm and Carry On. The Poster 2, 7 €23 doi, 10.1386/post. 2.1.71 Walker, Susanna. Home front posters of the Second World War. Oxford, Shire. ISBN A9780747811428. External links, photographs displaying examples of the poster's popularity, as printed in The Guardian, photo of the original poster on the Barter Books website, first person, I am the Keep Calm and Carry On Man, Dr. Bex Lewis, original history of the poster, and blog tracing its 21st century renaissance, video explaining the basic history of the poster.